What's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all said let me go ahead and do this video before I get my run in, man. But yeah, man, more disappointing news. Another fight is off. Another fight for tomorrow is off. Nicco Montano versus Yanan. The fight is off due to Nicco Montano missing weight. She actually tipped the scales at 143 pounds. As y'all know, this fight was supposed to take place at 135 at bantamweight. So she came in 8 pounds over the weight limit. Actually, you can come in at 136, but, you know, she came in at 143 instead of 135, right? So Nicco Montano, she basically came in there almost at the featherweight limit. So now the fight is off, you know. So, yeah, bad news again. I mean, this wasn't like a big, significant fight, but it's significant for the fighters. It's definitely significant for somebody like Yanan, you know, and I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. But as y'all know, Nicco Montano, she hasn't fought since 2019. And her last fight was at 135 against Juliana Pena, which, you know, she lost that fight. Since then, she's been out of action. You know, she's been out due to injuries, testing positive, and, of course, weight issues, etc. You know, so many things going on with her. So, you know, I, in my honest opinion, didn't really know if she was ever going to come back, you know, let alone in the UFC. My thoughts, though, on this whole situation, I'll be brief. And not just in the fan perspective, not in the fan perspective. I kind of want to give you my thoughts more so in the opposing corner, you know, in the opponent's corner. You know, if I was Yanan, I would be pissed, you know, just straight up. I would be pissed. I'd be really disappointed at this point. You know, Nicco, I know she has a lot going on. You know, you have to respect that. But if you agree to fight me at a specific weight, that means you agree to fight me at this weight. And you have to make this weight just like me. If you sign up for this fight at 135 or 125, whatever it is, 2 or 3 months out, 4 or 5 weeks out, you have that same duty to make that weight just like me. So in her perspective, if I was Yanan, I would be mad. I definitely would be mad, you know, because if this is going to be an issue and, you know, say a week ago or even a few days ago, you have to let your team know, let the UFC know, and let everybody know that, look, I can't do this. Get this person another opponent. I don't want to cheat them out of a fight. You know, I don't want to cheat them out of an opportunity, because your opponent, they worked hard getting to that weight. You know, they trained for this fight. They prepared mentally and physically, everything they could do for this fight. You know, it's only fair that you give that fighter a chance to perform, even if it is against another fighter. So if fighters are going to miss weight, they have to think of that person, you know, especially if it's going to be like 5-10 pounds. I mean, if it's like a 0.5 or over the weight limit or a pound or two, I can understand you try, you know, you really killed yourself to try to make it. But if you know you're going to come in 7, 8, 10 pounds over, then you might as well say from day one, from a week out, and say, look, I know I'm not going to get down to the fighting weight that I need to be at. So let somebody else have it. I'm going to pull out of this one. Find me whatever you got to do, but get that person a replacement fight, you know. So again, this is another topic that I have to add to the episode coming. You know, I was going to record this episode a couple of days ago, but I got to add it to the episode, Hardships of a Fighter. And it's not going to be about the fighter missing weight, but the fighter that has to deal with their opponent missing weight, because now that affects them in several ways. You know, I know you can say, okay, they get part of that fighter's purse and they get part of their purse for showing up, but it's still not the same. It's still not the same. You know, fighter B, who has to deal with the cancellation because of their opponent missing weight, they still lose a lot. You know, they lose a lot mentally and physically, and the chance to rise in the rankings and boost their stock. So, you know, they lose their stock, you know, they lose that momentum, they lose that focus. So it's a lot, you know, it's a lot, especially on fighter B, that, you know, they come in there dedicated, they make weight only to hear that their opponent missed weight. So, you know, that's something I got to talk about, you know, as far as hardships of being a fighter. You know, we always think just about the regular things, but there's a couple points that I have to cover in this next podcast episode coming up. Just a lot of things you have to deal with, you know, if you want to be a fighter. Basically, you can say is, so you want to be a fighter? Hey, you know, it's not just the pain in the octagon or in the ring that you have to deal with. It's the outside influences, you know. So yeah, I don't really want to bash Nicco for missing weight, but it is unprofessional. You know, I don't really want to just bash her character. I don't know what she's going on, what she has going on, and, you know, I can't put myself in her shoes. You know, she's a woman that has to deal with weight issues and just so many other things. So I can't just go in there and just say, okay, call her anything outside of being unprofessional at this point. You know, I just can't do that. I mean, at this point, you know, I mean, it's clear you agreed to the weight, so that's on you. At this point, if it's like that, you know, the UFC may just have to cut Nicco Montano, or Nicco should be campaigning at 145. You know, just get that style crafted for the larger women and compete there. I mean, maybe it should have been Nicco Montano that tried to reach out and fight Norma Dumont, right? Hey, I mean, that could have been a possibility, right, guys? But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think of the whole situation in the comment section. What should Nicco do from here? Just leave the UFC, or should she campaign at featherweight? What are her options right now? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.